This animation shows the installation of Respatex wall panels with Aqualock and matching profiles. The panels with Aqualock must be stored for at least 3 days in the room in which they are to be used. The underlying surface must be straight and provide a firm nail screw hold. Distance between battens, vertically 600 mm, horizontally 800 mm. If used on an outer wall, a protective plastic film must be used against humidity. Start the installation so that the last panel is adapted over the door. Check that the panels are correctly aligned. The panels are cut with a drip nose at both ends and can be installed both to the right and the left. All the length adjustments of the panels have to be made at the top against the ceiling. The smallest joint for expansion and clear mildew resistant silicone allowed is 4 to 5 mm. In bathrooms without the ceramic tile base, the distance between the edge of the panel base profile and the floor should be 60 to 80 mm. To get the right distance to batten and correct width of the panel, the corner profile has to be affixed to the panel during measurement, as the profile fills somewhat out from the corner. The panel is cut to size. Decor side should face down when cut with a circular saw jigsaw. Use a firm and stable table or workbench to work on. The last panel before the corner is cut to size and swung into position with the corner profile affixed. Check that the panels are correctly aligned. The panel is fastened hidden under the ceiling and the door molding. Leave a distance of a minimum 5 mm up to the ceiling. This will be hidden by the ceiling molding. The profile is fastened to the batten or stud with 200 mm distance between the screws nails. Cut the next panel to size and adjust the width so that the nails meet the frame. Remember that the panel must be correctly aligned. Respatex wall panels with Aqualock panel locking system is fixed with screws or nails. The lowest screw nail should be fastened no more than 20 mm from the bottom of the panel. Respatex wall panels with the Aqualock panel locking system is fixed with screws or 35 mm gypsum board nails at a distance between the screws nails of 200 mm. The next panel is then placed at an angle into the previous panel and is swung into the lock. With the next panel in place, you get an almost invisible joint which prevents the panels from shrinking. This gives you a perfect result every time. You then continue in the same fashion with the rest of the panels. The opening between the panel and the tile must be sealed with clear mildew-resistant silicone. In bathrooms without the ceramic tile base, clear mildew-resistant silicone must be used between the profile and the floor covering. Floor covering material should continue approximately 100 mm up the wall behind the panels. In showers, behind bathtubs and other places with high humidity, you should use a base profile. The profile must be installed and aligned before the panel is installed. Clear mildew-resistant silicone must be used between the profile and the wall. The base profile is adjusted in the internal corner, allowing for a gap of 2 to 3 mm between the profile and the shower tray. The profile is fastened to the wall with screws and nails. The gap between the base profile and the shower tray must be filled with clear mildew-resistant silicone. If installed on a ceramic tile base, clear mildew-resistant silicone must be used between the base profile and the ceramic tile base. In areas with high humidity, Respatex wall panels with Aqualock panel locking system must use a clear mildew-resistant silicone in every joint. This is most easily done by applying it when the panel is erected against the wall next to the previous installed panel. Then it's easy to lock the two panels together from an upright position without any mess. The silicone must be applied in a sufficient amount, approximately the thickness of a match, so it protrudes out in the entire length of the panels when they are assembled. The base profile has been adjusted in the internal corner. The corner profile should be cut from the bottom up. Clear mildew-resistant silicone is then applied in both tracks in the internal corner profile. The profile is afterwards attached to the panel. The panel with the internal corner profile attached is then placed at an angle into the previous panel and is swung into the lock. The silicone should protrude out in the entire length of the panels when they are assembled. Excessive silicone must be removed at once. The joint should then be washed with white spirit and then immediately afterwards with a damp cloth. This leaves the panel joint without any silicone visible. The apertures for pipes etc. should have minimum 2 mm clearance. Seal with clear mildew-resistant silicone even if the pipe is to be fitted with a collar. You then continue in the same fashion with the rest of the panels in the shower area. Clear mildew-resistant silicone must be used between the profile and the panel. The rest of the panels are installed. The last panel over the door is fitted like this. Cut the tongue of the panel prior to fixing above the door. The panel is then fastened, hidden under the ceiling and the door molding. Welcome to your new bathroom with Respatex wall panels with Aqualock and matching profiles.